All right, my friends, so I'm back in Georgia. Chloe and I have returned from our trek to Washington and come back to an overcast. Actually, I'm surprised the traffic's not so bad here today. It's weird. I would have thought at 5:30 on 400, 85 to 400, traffic's not so bad. So if you missed me, I am back. I'm refreshed. Gonna be working on my course, Something Wicked. Got a lot of clients to work with. Got a lot of folks who've reached out to, which I will get to. Got a lot to do, and I needed a couple days off to spend some time. My second oldest, and had a little bit of sentimental time. I had a little bit back then. Actually, I was thinking like, oh man, a little bit of tears in my eyes thinking about my 16-year-old daughter tomorrow. You know, as a sophomore in high school, and I remember I had the same thing with Maddie when Maddie and I went up to Boston. You know, because they go to college. Once they're in college, you miss them, but it's not the same thing. I mean, you're kind of expecting to miss them. It's the thought when they're in high school and they've been around you your whole life, their whole lives, that you know pretty soon they're not going to be around you every day. And you know, again, once it actually happens, I don't want to say it's not a big deal. It's not nearly as, I don't know. The thought about it makes you sentimental more so the actual the action, if that makes sense. And so I just think about Chloe, how you know she's going to be going off to school. And you know, when she does, or whatever she goes, it might not be at school, it might be some, who knows. But when she does, she'll be gone from the house on a daily basis. You know, it's 2.5 years, so it's still some time, but it makes you sentimental, can't lie to you. And then you start thinking about your boys. I got my 2 boys, and you know, it's not that long, then we'll be empty nesters, Charlotte and me. And it's it makes you sad. But you know, when Maddie went off to college, maybe it's because she's just, you know, I can see her all the time, just a hop and skip downtown, Midtown Atlanta. Oh man, my shoulder is killing me. Oosh. I can't wait to go back to physical PT again, cause man. But anyway, maybe when I saw Maddie down in Midtown, I could just hop down to Tech and see her. That I haven't really been all. I mean, it hasn't felt like she's that far away, if that makes sense. And because of that, there's the sentimentality, if that's the right word, has never really stuck when she went away. But also kind of like expectation. You know, you were kind of expecting that to happen, so you lose some of your I don't know. It's not even sadness. It's just you know, things change, if that makes sense. I just you know, I think about it too. Like, you know, we've had children now for, you know, going on 19 years, Charlotte and me, and it's just when you think about it. You know, I'm 49 years old, and you know, we'll just round them up. I'm 50 years old. Of those 50 years, 40% of the time I've had children. You know, and Chloe and I are sitting on the plane. There's this little baby in front of us. You know, the husband and wife, or Karen's little, you know, bouncing baby. And it's just funny to think it wasn't that long ago. Maddie was like that, Chloe's like that, and now, you know, time flies when you're having fun. You know, that's what they say. And I just again, going back to, you know, I had said something about, you know, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and I find it sad that she doesn't want to bring children into this world because of fear about climate change. And in one of my emails, I said I find that sad. I don't find it silly. I just find it sad because the joy of children is a joy that I can't explain how wonderful it is. And not to know that joy because of this, again, irrational fear of something that's not going to happen. Or even if it were to happen, nothing you can do about it anyway. I find it's sad. And why rob yourself of something? But anyway, either way. And then, well, you know, a lot of people, some people go all, you know, the panties all tight, and like, oh, I can't believe you said that. It's pouring here, by the way. So for all of you who say Washington State is all rainy and dreary, well, what's Georgia, man? Jeez Louise. I have a friend of mine, a good friend. Actually, I'm not sure he's a friend that much anymore because he really got, when I was taking on the financial industry, the folks who charge a fee for service, not fee for service, an asset under management fee, he got really up in arms about when I was taking him on. He said, yeah, rah, rah, rah. And I'm sure we'd still consider ourselves friends, but there's a time there he seemed that he was pretty upset with me. I thought we were going to have to relinquish our friendships because he felt like I was challenging his work. See, I'm not challenging work. I just think the industry needs to go away from paying for fees for assets under management. I don't think it's not a worthy cause. Let's just put it that way. A fee for service is the way to go, and I think most people are starting to recognize that now. Anyway, he lived in Phoenix for a number of years, and he would put on Facebook the weather app showing Georgia rain for like 10 straight days. That always kind of cracked me up, because Phoenix, it never rained. Of course, Phoenix is 8,000 degrees hot. And I always say, yeah, but his name's Chris. I said, Chris, man, you're forgetting how hot it is. He goes, yeah, but it doesn't rain. See, I can't take that. I can't take the heat like that. It's sunny every day. In fact, I was telling Chloe, I think San Diego is like 75 degrees every day and sunny. I said, that would drive me crazy. I need to change the 4 seasons. You know what I'm saying? So in Georgia, you get hot summers for sure, moderate winters, and you get rainy spring and rainy fall, absolutely. And overcast and kind of dreary, but you don't get that. Yeah, you get a little bit of ice, but not to the extent you have it up in what I was told up in Washington, or certainly not in the Northeast, or even Virginia. I mean, Virginia, I remember coming back one time when I was working. I used to work as a security guard when I was in college. I had a number of jobs, my friends, but one was a security guard. I think it was the second job I got when I was at when I first separated from the Army. I worked at UPS loading trucks from like 5 to 9 or something like that, and that was a tough job. And I said, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I did that for like 6 months, and I actually got a fist fight with a guy there, and I didn't really get fired, but they kind of said, yeah, kind of fired. So I can't remember what happened, but I remember I was able to go on unemployment for a couple weeks. And I said, I don't like that. And again, I was young and stupid, if you know what I'm saying, full of piss and vinegar, and this kid was also young and stupid, filled with piss and vinegar. And you're sitting in the back of a truck in 180 degrees, basically, at UPS in Virginia, loading. You're just getting sweat and hot. And I remember this guy wanted to hear some stupid music. I can't remember what we got to fight him. I was 22 years old. He was probably 19, 20. Anyway, so they let me go, or I left. I can't remember. But long story short, I got unemployed for a couple of weeks, and then I took a job as a security guard. And I can't. What was I talking about being a security guard? I can't remember, but so I was driving. So I remember it was Christmas morning. I was driving up to it was a place out in Occoquan, an old folks home, but CCRC is more what it was, continuing care retirement community, a CCRC. And again, CCRC is what they do is they have independent living, like cottages. Then you can go into townhomes, then you can go to apartments. And then you got assisted living, then you got skilled care, and then dementia and stuff. And I can't remember. It's the lake. I forgot the name of the place. It's still up there. It's in Occoquan, a beautiful place. Anyway, long story short, I took a shift early morning on Christmas morning, and I remember driving up there one time, and I forgot the road. 123, I think, is what I was going up to Occoquan, and I remember trying to stop at a light and just sliding on through. And I remember I had a Isuzu Rodeo, 1992 Isuzu Rodeo, which I liked. I love that car. I remember sliding on through, and I was like, oh boy, I hope someone. Woo, I hope someone isn't coming through, because I slid on through the red light, and that was scary. I did not get hit. I thought for sure I was going to get sideswiped, because I wasn't even, I was just shoo, and you couldn't do anything about it, man. I was like, oh, and thankfully I didn't get hit. I remember thinking that. Anyway, so the point about that, it gets icy in Virginia too. Don't you think it doesn't, just because it's the South. It does get icy there. Anyway, so the point about that I chuckle now, because we get rain here in Atlanta, you get rain everywhere. In Washington, you get rain. I don't know what it's like in the summertime up there. I hear it's beautiful up in Washington. It seems freaking fantastic to me. Could I live there or not? Yeah, probably. I was looking at if it doesn't, but I know my wife, she likes the sun, so that's the one thing. If you don't get the sun on a regular basis, at least in the summertime, she would be a no-go. And I'm not. But I've read a lot of places in the summertime in Washington. It's freaking awesome. So, what else do I want to talk about? We talk about your kids. We talk about Washington, Virginia, Atlanta, Northeast. Every place has got its pros and cons. So Chloe and I were sitting there by the fish market, or whatever that place is called, the farmer's fish market, I guess, just smelling the port. I love it, man. The smell of a working port, and that makes me think of Maine. Just like your heart melt. You're like, oh, that smells so good. All right, but tomorrow we'll get back to retirement planning. Got a lot of articles I want to talk about, a lot of question and answers coming through. Got a lot to work on. I'm going to have my course done by the end of October. I know I said I had it done by the beginning of October. I've changed it up a little bit. My course is going to be a couple different courses, actually. One, I was going to throw everything out there. I don't want to do that. I'm going to say my first course is going to be Can I Retire? And we're going to talk about what you need to know as you consider retirement, for sure. It'll be Can I Retire? We're going to go into everything. My second course will be on investing during retiring. I'll have a course for younger folks, what you need to be doing while you're younger. I'm going to have a lot more very targeted courses as opposed to one big one. I just think it'd be better if you're going to target them. I think we'll see. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And what I'll probably do is offer like a discounted price for the first 2 weeks or something like that, and then raise the prices up. I think I'll do that because I will add stuff to the courses as we go. So if you pay for it on the front end, and you say, hey, can you do it? I mean, I won't be able to do this for everybody, but I would be interested if people pay for it. Say, hey, can you do this? Maybe add a segment on that. I think it'd be pretty interesting. But we're gonna do courses on a lot of different things. I'm actually excited. I enjoy that very much actually because it's a video, but I think a lot of people can get a lot out of it. And I know some of these courses freaking 30 hours. I don't want it to be 30 hours. So my initial one, where I was gonna go retirement planning 101, was gonna be a huge course out of everything. That's too much. I don't want it to be 30 hours where people get lost. I want to be very specific, very targeted. We will, Can I Retire? We're going to talk a little bit about investing, but my second course will be really diving into investing during retirement, because the whole point about Can I Retire, I want to show you exactly what you need to be looking at to determine if you can retire. We're not going to get too deep in the weeds on specific investing and not. We will a little bit, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be general. Then on my second course, investing during retirement, we're going to dive a lot of, that's what I'll show my Wellington fund and all that stuff as well. And then of course do my Roth conversions. That'll be a course, put my books out. So I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm stoked. It's going to be a fun next couple months, man. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun now that Chloe and I are back. It's ready to rock and roll. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. Got a lot of channels, a lot of videos to do too, and we'll see you soon. So thanks for staying tuned, and I look forward to the fall with you. Thanks now.